maybe you should hit the buttons.
Please tell me this is recording because I don't want to be talking for a good 5 minutes and no one's listening, which is every day of my life.
What'd you say? I think the amount of times that we've not recorded when we're just talking and we forgot to hit the record button.
No. Not that we forget. It's you think that you've hit the recording button, but it's really not recording at all.
Yeah, that's my bad.
That's your fault. You're the DJ. Anyhow, welcome to another episode 95 of Charlie and Ponyo.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Ponyo. And to
Hi.
our listeners and new listeners, welcome and welcome back. It's always a pleasure having you here to join us for the next 25 minutes-ish of your life that you will never get back again. This is it. So yes, husband and wife team, just, talking about what we've done, what we're going through, what's on our mind. Mostly, you know what it is, it's just storytelling. So,
tell me a story. What's going on in the world?
Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, i.e. Friday, the 18th of September, which is a few days ago, I went shopping. Ideally, it was shopping for me. It was retail therapy, which actually, that reminds me, I've got two stories in one. A little bonus for our dear listeners.
A bonus story. Great.
So anyhow, I'm getting to the age where, I'm thinking, yeah, I've still got it. I've got the body. I can rock this shit. I can wear that midriff. I can wear that. I can do this. I can fit into a size 0. Amen, girl. So I'm like, I'm going to have a nice day off. I'm going to go retail therapy, have a bit of me time. Why not? So then I went into this store, which is to our dear listeners who are not from Australia. It's like a Forever 21 to those playing along at home.
Right, like a H&M or a Zara or something.
Yes, no, not even Zara. Zara, I think, would be classier. This is more like a Forever 21 where you need to be at the age of 21 and under.
Okay.
And for me, I keep forgetting that I'm no longer 21.
Right.
I am at the point where I have to promote myself from, when you tick the age brackets. I'm no longer where you can tick, I'm not applicable where I can tick from 30 to 35 anymore. I can no longer say that I am actually mid-30s. Now, the appropriate thing to say is I'm late 30s, and this is like far out.
Well, times change, don't they?
That's true. So, going back to my retail.
I was going to shout out at the end of the podcast, but it is Ponyo. It was Ponyo's birthday.
Thank you.
On Saturday.
Yes.
Last Saturday.
Yes. Thank you.
So I hope you had a great birthday weekend.
Well, let me tell you this. I did. I initially had a great birthday until I went into the store thinking that I was still 21 and had a 21-year-old body. So there were some dresses. I picked them up. Poor retail therapy girl. Not therapy, the retail girl. I picked up the dress. You know when you hold it against your body to see if it will fit or if it will look decent on you? So I'm holding it against my body. And it clearly said on the sign, dresses. So I'm thinking, yes, it's the dress. Summer's coming up in the southern hemisphere. I ain't no longer wearing tracky dacks, right? I'm holding up and I'm like, and I'm not a tall chick. I'm a shorty, right? So I'm holding up going, yeah, I think I could fit into it. Remember, dear listeners, if you're playing along, it's a Forever 21 store. So I'm like, I said to the girl, I'm like, oh, this is classified as a dress. And she just looked at me, looked up and down and looked at the dress going, yep, and walked away. Man, that was the coldest.
That's super cold.
Super cold. She had that look where she was basically dissing me that no doubt that you are going to fit in that dress, 1. 2, that is going to be too short on you. And 3, I don't think it's going to fit on you, lady. I'm like, oh, damn. So I was at the point, you know what, bitch? I want to prove you wrong just for the sake of it. right?
Okay,
So
tell us what you really think.
So I'm like, can I try these 2 dresses on? And
Yeah.
I always bring 2. Lesson in life. When you're a girl or a guy and you're going to try out clothes, always bring 2.
Right.
One size up and one size down, just in case. Because you don't want to be halfway through, you're going to walk back out and get the next size or get the other person to get the other size for you. No, don't have time for that.
Yeah.
So I'm walking, I take my top off, take my pants off. I pull the dress over my head,
Yeah.
and I'm not even kidding. It doesn't even colour my bum cheeks. And that's another thing. So another tip for those playing along, you got to do the squat test, right? So I did the squat test, babe. The whole world could see my universe. It doesn't even make sense. Doesn't it make sense what I just said? Anyhow, you could see the whole universe.
Yeah, my books ran out of pages to take notes. Sorry.
It was
Keep going.
crazy. It was so short. And I felt, at that point, I felt old. I felt like, I need to get out of here. And then, that's another part, because I was trying to prove the girl wrong. I'm thinking, so do I just buy this so I can prove her wrong? But I'm thinking, I don't want to waste my money and then come back a few days later and return it when she's not there. So I had so many scenarios going on in my head going, A, buy it and suck it up and wear it. I don't know where, at home, most likely, to bed. 2, buy it and return it a few days later. But then I'm thinking, I don't have time to come back and return it just to prove her wrong. But the consequence of doing that, she may be working on the day I come back, right? And 3, make a fool of myself and just actually return the item, put it back, and quickly slide myself out of the door. So which option did I take? A, B, C? I took option C. So I walked out, thank God she was serving someone else. So I quickly put her back on the rack and left. I'm thinking, never again going to that store. Never.
Yeah,
Anyhow, moving along.
Yeah, look, I was half listening. It was a good story. I mean, but that's just like, that's just that's just indicative of the way that females shop.
Really? I felt so bad.
Why do you have to feel bad about not purchasing something that doesn't?
No, it's not about purchasing it. It's
I
about
know what you mean.
the fact that I did not fit. I don't belong into that store.
Yeah, but who wants to wear a dress that's really a shirt that's on the dress rack that
There's
you have to pay
a lot
for
of people.
a dress price?
A lot of people.
If I were you, I would have just rolled it up. I would have grabbed a few other dresses. I would have rolled the best one up that you like, and then shoved that down my underpants, and then just walked out casually like nothing else happened with a free dress. That's what I would have done.
The only problem, I wasn't wearing any undies. Anyhow.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, beside that, and then I realised, oh, crumbs. Charlie, your birthday is coming up next month. And
My birthday is coming up next month.
That is correct.
Just reminding you.
I promised you that I would be...
You promised me a lot of things.
I would be purchasing you something. And that something is...
PlayStation 5?
Correct answer. However, I started panicking.
Xbox?
I don't know. No, that was not the deal. So anyhow, I started panicking, thinking, oh my goodness, I have not purchased the PS5. Because in Australia, it was announced, I don't know when it was announced, not that I was keeping up to date with this.
Thursday last week.
Which was the 17th of September.
16th.
So when it was released in Australia, I believe a lot of the retails, for example, major retail players such as Harvey Norman, EB Games,
Amazon, JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah, which is equivalent to, I don't know, Walmart in America, and so on. So when they were released, apparently I was told the retailers were only given a very short amount of time to notify their customers. But the customers, i.e. nerdy guys and girls, they knew about this, so they were already onto it. So they really didn't have to notify anybody. I was a bit late because I didn't realize I had to pay.
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's my birthday present.
So
I've been telling you about it for the last 2 years.
I thought
straight.
I thought I
2
could.
years every day. You know what I say when I wake up? Morning ponyo. PS5 gets released November 2020, and that was in 2018.
I honestly thought I could just rock up to the store in November and go, "Here's my credit card. Swipe, take what you need to do, and just give me the box." No. So on Friday, the day after it's released,
Yeah.
I started panicking. So this is after trying on those dresses. I realized, shit, I'm in a lot of trouble, right?
Yeah.
So I go to the closest store, which was Harvey Norman, and I walked in.
And here I am playing the PlayStation 4, mind you. So I'm at home.
First world problem.
The missus is out there gallivanting, buying dresses, stealing dresses.
No, I didn't steal any. I didn't buy any dresses too.
What are all those new dresses that I saw there?
There weren't dresses, babe.
Anyway, but yeah, so you ended up getting one. So I didn't mean to ruin your story.
Long story short, I got one, but went through a lot of pain purchasing the PlayStation. Side note, well done for PlayStation to PlayStation 5. Because Sony.
Yeah.
Are they Sony? I didn't know that. Anyhow. Oh my god.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Well done.
It says Sony on the box.
I did not know that too, babe. Okay. Well done to them, because I think they're one of the very few companies where, one, they haven't even got the product. Two, we can't even test the product. Three, we're paying 100% deposit. Not 10%, not 50%, a freaking 100%. So they've taken all the money out front, and there's a massive demand for it.
Well,
that I give them credit. I have to admit, well done to Sony on that part.
Well, that's the thing, is that there was a massive blow up the other day in regards to the PlayStation 5 pre-orders, and because of the total mismanagement of the way they did it. So they did a...
Wait, so why am I giving them the credit then?
They gave a keynote speech and said it will be available for pre-order the next day. And so you can imagine, next day ticks over, everyone on the planet wants a PlayStation 5.
Correction, not everyone. But go on.
Well, just the winners in the world.
If that's what you call them. Yep, go on.
And it's just like and they weren't able to fulfill it. They weren't able to, so they had to cap the pre-orders, and they bottlenecked it. And so it's effectively a situation where if you're a guy and you're standing there and you've just got people just throwing money at you,
which people are doing,
and you're catching it, but you just can't catch it fast enough, and you just stop catching it. It's effectively PlayStation is stopping. It's just some loser dude just standing there, just refusing to catch people's money. It's free money. People want to lay down 100%. They just want to buy it before it's even released, like you said. But PlayStation don't even...
That is smart, though. It's supply and demand. We've talked about this many times before.
Yeah, that's true.
Supply and demand, but that's respect to the company. They've got such a... I don't think so, but anyhow, they've got such a reputable brand and product. That's what I meant. That people willing, like you said, to throw money at them. That is smart business as well. That's
the ideal. That's what every business wants to happen. Is
absolutely. And I think COVID actually helped boost the sales as well, because people not traveling, people are at home a lot more homebound. So what do? I mean, instead of talking to their wives and hanging out with their kids, they need their me time. So their me time would be the PS5.
That is true. The only thing I don't like about that entire system is the people that work at game stores. I don't mean to put them on blast, but
why?
Every time I go to... In Australia, we've got EB Games, so it's like GameStop or Game Shop.
Yeah.
And they're just these nerdy,
But they're nice, they're
condescending,
lovely.
they're just like...
How are they condescending?
It's like, I'm thinking about getting this Call of Duty game. Oh, well, you should probably get the deluxe box with the pre-order, and then you can get this and that. And it's like, man, I just want
It's the same thing as when you go to
I just wanna get the
Macca's.
game.
There's like, they're upselling you. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's
Would
just,
you like fries with that?
Yeah, I
Would
just
you like
don't-
an apple pie?
I don't need some pimply-faced virgin telling me about what's going
Oh my
on with
God, they're just doing their job.
games. Yeah, but I've been playing games since when he was like a not even a pipe dream in his dad's ball sack. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
my God. Anyhow, long story short, I've got you the PS5.
I'm gonna play Cyberpunk 2077
I felt
when it comes
so
out.
happy once I was able to give them my credit card. I was literally throwing my money at them going, just please take my money now because I'm going to be screwed if you don't give me a PS5.
There's so many good games coming out. But anyway, we've been talking about PlayStation for ages.
Yeah.
But
Well done. Happy birthday.
I'm gonna get an Xbox as well.
Well, anyhow, that's on you.
Yeah.
But just a reminder, this is your birthday and Christmas present combined.
Yeah, that wasn't told to me before. Anyway, so I guess lastly,
Yes.
food. It's our
love-
favourite thing in life.
Oh, love it.
What do you love about food?
Everything. Not the calories.
Yeah. But
I-
in any case, I guess, long story short, where I'm going with this is, what are your thoughts on, you see food on the socials, you see food on TV, and I'm talking about like restaurants and places, and the
They hype it up.
styles. Yeah. And then when you go to that place and you try the food for yourself, boom, a realization of reality comes in sometimes.
Disappointment.
Or elation, depending on where you're in, where you're at. Oh, this food's better than what I thought it would be. Or, oh, this food tastes like a monkey's asshole.
It was honestly so, Charlie,
Where I'm going with this is, knock it for
took
6.
me to a beautiful restaurant. Well, actually,
For your birthday.
beautiful
So
as
this is
in
for your birthday.
So my birthday, beautiful as in the exterior, the interior, the whole ambience was beautiful. It's a restaurant that's very hyped on the socials. All the food bloggers, if you know, you know. It's a place that mostly food bloggers would go there, not just once but multiple times. So I've been meaning to go there. It's on my list of places to hit. And once we got the booking, I was really excited. So once we arrived, the place seemed quite chilled, which I like. I didn't mind it at all. I don't mind the
They had social
environment.
They had social distancing measures.
Yes, everything was quite chill. We were
The bloody QR scan that you have to do when you go in.
That's the norm now.
Hand
That's the new norm.
sanitizers.
So we sat on the at the bar, which was lovely. So we got a good view of all the bar, and the surroundings as well. So it was nice. The food, I was really disappointed. There was one particular dish which it was described. I'll read the description. What it said. It was Parmesan rice with bush tomatoes or tomatoes, depending where you're from. So I'm like, okay, Parmesan rice and bush tomatoes. Okay, that sounds. And you know how these wanky places sometimes they just word in a way that sounds ooh.
Yeah.
And mind you, I've seen photos of this particular dish on the social, and it doesn't look anything spectacular. But the review, they've been saying it's ugly delicious. So usually, what that means is that if it's ugly, usually it tastes good, right? Which I get. But in this case, what came out was just I don't even know how to describe it. It was just like a broth, a clear consommé broth with rice, and specks of that looked like pepper, but it was actually that was the bush tomato. So they've dehydrated the bush tomato and grind it down into like a powder.
And just dolloped a whole bunch of cheese on there.
Cheese, parmesan. And then 2 egg yolks, which that's where the la-di-da, where you're supposed to mix that through. That, for $28 Australian dollar, I thought that was the biggest rip-off I've ever imagine experience. I could not believe we paid $28 for a plate of what I'll be eating, like cold soup, and we're Asian. We eat soup and rice all the time.
Yeah,
I'm thinking this is something that I would.
That's what. Yeah, no, sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just have to fire up here because it's that. Look, I love risottos as much as the next dying man in a desert that has nothing else to eat. Yeah, I'll eat a risotto. No worries. But rice with cheese in there I mean, the thing smelt like you boiled dirty socks. You get an entire football team's worth of socks, and you put them into a pot of water, and you boiled it, and then you put that into rice. That's what it tasted like. It tasted like dirty sock underwear rice with cheese put in there.
Savage.
I was like, no, I don't like that at all. I didn't even have any. If you're gonna give someone rice, put some meat in with the rice.
Or other type of protein.
Like even at a side, yeah.
Well, they have the egg yolk, which is protein.
Look, I'll lick the corner of an Asian grocery store and eat a risotto, as long as there's a cockroach in the corner of that Asian grocery store. But at least it's got some crunch. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I would have just rather eaten my own shit. Let's be honest.
So I love the fact that you and I, when it comes to eating habit, we've got similar tastes, which is a good thing. But when it comes to making the most of it, so you stopped eating after, I think there was not even the second mouthful. You stopped. You pushed it away.
I gave it a red hot crack.
Yeah.
So I tried. I gave it a mouthful. First mouthful was like with gusto, just like I'm eating it.
Yeah, and then here I am, the Asian coming out of me. I've always been taught not to leave a grain of rice on the plate because they're dying kids in other places.
Yeah, there's sober kids in Africa.
and on the other side, I didn't want to waste that money that we worked so hard. I mean, it's $28, and $28 is not easy to come by nowadays. So I'm sitting going, come on, Ponyo, eat it. And I felt like a little kid where your parents trying to force you to eat a particular type of veggie or a particular type of meal, and you just don't want to eat it. And I'm sitting going, and trying to gag every mouthful. And there was only so much that I can handle because I'm thinking, I can't do it anymore. There's only so much I could eat. So yes, that was a no-no. And I really should have learned my lesson. Don't follow the crowd. I mean, we've been to places where no reviews, no celebrity chefs, no wonderful media article or anything like that. No hype, right? Where it turned out to be the best kind of experience. And that's what I like.
And that's the best part about eating at like places that aren't on TripAdvisor's top fucking 10 places.
Yep.
I think some of the food hype is way overrated, and there are so many other great places that are just out there waiting to be explored.
Exactly. So dear listeners, tell us, what's your favorite restaurant that's not on the hype list? Do you have a hidden gem somewhere in your country, or I don't know, your suburb? Let us know. We would love to explore it. Hopefully the international borders will be opening up and we can fly there and visit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. That's another week of stories. We've got so many more stories, but we're over the threshold time frame. And I'm pretty sure you guys have better things to do than listen to us.
Yeah.
But yes.
Go party on.
Yes, this
Live your
is
best life.
to Mr. John Farnham.
Have a good week.
Take care.